Oh, finally, someone's telling them like it is. It's like, this is bullshit. This reaction video, we're going to be getting into Tom Macdonald's brand new song called Fake Woke. It's a doozy. Let's get right into it. What's going on, world? How are you? Of course, it is me, Dave, from musicfeltbyme.com. And don't forget, you can always follow me at musicfeltbyme. That's on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And if you want to support the page, you want to support the channel, you absolutely can. You can do so by going to patreon.com/musicfeltbyme. Definitely go check that out if that's something you're interested in. $5 a month gets you a guaranteed reaction within 30 days. Or you can sign up for $20. You get yourself 3 guaranteed reactions. You get a discount code to the merchandise store. Don't forget to check out the merchandise store down below. Actually, that Patreon tier, you'll also be credited as a supporter of musicfeltbyme.com. Definitely go check out the website. Let's get right into this. Tom Macdonald, Fake Love. I have heard this. So I watched other people react to it. I've seen a bunch of things about it. I definitely want to take this one apart and break this one down. Let's get right into it. Before we do, though, don't forget, you can always subscribe for free right here if you like what you see. Don't be scared to hit the like button. I get the feeling that a lot of people are going to dislike this video, but that's fine. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought about the reaction. Once I rate it, you can tell me what your score is. What would you give it? And let me know what other songs you want to see me react to next. I'm checking those. So let's get right into this. Fake Woke by Tom Macdonald.
I think it's crazy I'm the one who they labeled as controversial, and Cardi B is the role model for 12-year-old girls. There's rappers pushing Xanax.
Who labeled you as controversial and then also serves Cardi B as being a role model to 12-year-old girls? Are you talking about labels, record labels? Maybe you're too controversial? Because everyday people like me, I don't think you're too controversial, like, for my kids to listen to. I don't think that. I think that your body of work consists of too much controversial intended projects. Like, I think that you push out controversy intentionally, and there's too many pieces of work for that where it just feels disingenuous. I also am not sitting there and saying to my kids, hey, listen to Cardi B, right? Like, that's not where I'm at either. So I don't know who exactly it is you're talking about. It feels like you're taking two different talking points and then connecting them in one parallel hypocrisy, but I don't even know if this is, like, from the same voice. Like, if one person said, man, Cardi B sure makes a great role model for my daughter, but that Tom Macdonald, he's too controversial. If that happened, then he'd have a point. I don't know where that's happening. I'm not saying it's not. I just don't know what or who you're referring to.
Who they labeled as controversial, and Cardi B is the role model for 12-year-old girls. There's rappers pushing Xanax at the top of the billboard, but if I mention race in a song, I'm scared I'll get killed for it. It's backwards. It's getting next.
Yeah, okay, so there's people that pushing Xanax at the top of the billboard. Yep, we already know that. Been talking about it. He has been on these same talking points for such a long time. And then I'm scared that if I talk about race, I'll probably get killed for it. Probable, based on what examples of your own experience have validated that feeling or fear? Because you have a song called What If I Was Black, and you have a song about White Boy, where you talk strictly about race and the effects of being a member of society as those members of race, except neither one of them was even really fully accurate or realistic. You've made songs about race, and you talk about Black Lives Matter every chance you get, and it's just, I don't know. I'm not buying the, I'm scared I'm gonna get killed for it. Like, I'm the next Dr. Sebi.
At the top of the billboard, but if I mention race in a song, I'm scared I'll get killed for it. It's backwards. It's getting exponentially dumb. It's more difficult to get a job than purchase a gun. Eminem used to gay bash and murder his mom, and now he doesn't want fans if they voted for Trump. We're ashamed to be American. You should probably.
Eminem used to gay bash and murder his mom. And now he doesn't want fans if they voted for Trump. He's always been a politically driven guy. I'm not going to do this whole thing where I jump to Eminem's defense, but he's always been a politically driven guy, typically anti-Republican. He has a song about Bush, in White America, where he talks about Dick Cheney's wife there and Laura Bush, and obviously been very outspoken about Trump. I don't really know if I get the point here that almost 50-year-old guy has gotten to the point where he wants to distance himself from a fan base of people that he disagrees with, and finds them to be potentially a threat, or just people that you don't even really want to be the type of people rooting for you. He has the right to say that. And then, also, I understand he was a shock jock MC early in his career, and he was saying a lot of awful things. I think at some point, are you using the fact that he's matured in some ways or evolved in some ways and grew up and started making content that is different than what he used to make? I hope one day Tom Macdonald does the same.
Love it, cause you have the right to hate it and not get stoned to death of Trump. We're ashamed to be American. You should probably love it, cause you have the right to hate it and not get stoned to death in public. As children, we were...
We're ashamed to be American. You should probably love it, because you have the right to hate it here and not get stoned to death in public. I hate when people use that as an argument to tell them, like, you're wrong. Like you should, like, you dummy, you wouldn't be able to do this elsewhere. Like, that's true. But why does it bother you then? If you're so patriotic and you love it here so much, then you should love the fact that I am exercising my rights, right? Like, it just goes on forever. It goes back and forth. And it's really a no-win thing. When someone says, you wouldn't be able to say that somewhere else. This is the greatest country in the world. You're right. You wouldn't be able to say that in particular places. So why are you so upset? It just seems like such a weird thing to me.
How to walk and talk, but the system wants adults to sit down and shut up. Cancel culture runs the world now. The planet went crazy. Labeled everything we say.
Cancel culture runs the world now. We're going crazy or whatever. But also, a good example of something cancel culture is really famous for is taking something that someone else said a long time ago and then saying, we got to get him the fuck out of here now. Tom Macdonald just said Eminem used to gay bash and murder his mom, like, to make some point of validity about how he's a bad guy too, and now he's fucking saying this. Like, what are you trying to prove? I'm not saying that Tom Macdonald's saying cancel Eminem, but it's the same mentality of holding someone's past against them to make your point now. So I'm saying, man, you gotta be careful.
Sit down and shut up. Cancel culture runs the world now. The planet went crazy. Labeled everything we say as homophobic or racist. If you're white, then you're privileged. Guilty by association. All our childhood heroes got Me Too'd or they're rapists. They never freed the...
Again, this is a really conflated fucking talking point. Like, really bubbly, conflated, filled with a lot of stuff. Cancel culture's gone crazy, whatever. Label everything we say as homophobic or racist.
Guilty by association. All our childhood heroes got Me Too'd or they're rapists.
White privilege, guilty by association. Okay, so, Jesus. There's a lot of holes in this. You can't at the same time say, not all of us have white privilege, and try to say, but it's more about the individual, right? Like, they say white privilege, you're guilty by association. Like, he's trying to say that there are examples of white people that don't experience privilege the way that he interprets white privilege, which would be true in regards to his truth when it comes to what he means specifically about white privilege. So you can wave people out, like, you can, oh no, this person wasn't privileged, I raised up I was raised in a difficult situation. I wasn't born privileged. Like, doesn't matter. That's really not what we're talking about. But, like, when people say white privilege, that's really not what they're talking about. But, okay, whatever. You're saying don't label all of us as being white privilege. But then say that cancel culture's gone crazy. Everything we say gets labeled as racist or homophobic or racist, whatever. That's not true either. Like, not everything you say gets labeled as that. That's not true. So why do you get to throw a wet blanket over cancel culture and the results of it, and then say, but wait, that's not fair that you're putting a big wet blanket over all of us, white people.
They never freed the slaves. They realized that they don't need the chains. They gave us tiny screens. We think we free because we can't see the cage. They knew that race war would be the game they need to play. For people to big teams, they use the media to feed the flame. They so fake woke. Facts don't care about feelings. They know they won't tell me what to believe in. They so fake woke. Same old safe zones. They so I think it's crazy how these people screaming facts, but they fake woke. Hate their neighbor because he wears a mask or he stays home.
All these people screaming facts, but they're fake woke. What is this, though? Like, what is this? This isn't real woke either. Like, I'm not saying Tom Macdonald's claiming that he is woke, but what is this? This is presented as, oh my God, look at all this shit. It's like, he acts like he's providing the world with facts and truth. And if you go underneath the comment section, it's fucking, oh, finally, someone's telling him like it is. It's like, this is bullshit. This whole thing is fucking bull. There's so many holes in his points here and so many counterpoints to be had here. This isn't facts. It's his truth, it's his perspective, and he's projecting it out to the world. That's fine. I think it's fucking wrong. Like, I think that there's a lot of information, a lot of facts that you could use to dissect some of these talking points.
Has a daughter, but his favorite artist said he slays hoes because he wears a mask. I think it's crazy how these people screaming facts, but they fake woke. Hate their neighbor because he wears a mask or he stays home. Has a daughter, but his favorite artist said he slays hoes. Picks her up from school, music slaps on the way home.
Yeah, I get it, that, like, he's saying that what he's choosing to do could have a negative effect on his daughter, right? But hates his neighbor because what he's trying to do is protect himself and his daughter. I get it.
He's home, has a daughter, but his favorite artist said he slays hoes. Picks her up from school, music slaps on the way home. Censorship's an issue because they choose what they erase. There's a difference between hate speech and speech that you hate. I think Black Lives Matter was the...
See? Fucking... I do like that line. There's a difference between hate speech and speech that you hate. That is true. That is true.
Speech that you hate. I think Black Lives Matter was the stupidest name when the system's screwing everyone exactly the same. I just want to...
That's not true. That's not true. That's not proven fact that all people are being treated equally here. We're getting screwed equally. That's not true. That's fucking not true. Tom, you did a song called If I Was Black and talked about the struggles that being black on such a surfacey level, but that if you were black, the different challenges you would have. You can't say that there would be different challenges and then say we're all being screwed exactly the same. It's not fact. And you know it's not. You even know it's not. That's crazy.
Black Lives Matter was the stupidest name when the system's screwing everyone exactly the same. I just want to spend Thanksgiving Day with food and my family without being accused of celebrating native casualties. We got so divided.
I want to celebrate Thanksgiving. Oh, poor Tom. I want to celebrate Thanksgiving with food with my family without being reminded that we're celebrating native casualties. Oh, someone pissed off Tom Macdonald during Thanksgiving. Get the fuck out of here.
Fighting political. Republicans are bigots, libtards if you're liberal. There's riots in our streets and it's just getting worse. Y'all screaming deep on the police, y'all a genius for sure. They're underfunded already, they're way too busy to work. Order food and call the cops, see what reaches you first. Segregation ended, that's a...
Call the cops and order food, see who reaches you first. And that obviously depends on where you live, right? And some of the data would actually prove that in black neighborhoods, you could probably get your food before you would get a response from the police officers, right? Like, they would get to your house. Which means that the system is not screwing everyone equally, Tom.
Lying itself, that was a strategy to make us think they were trying to help. They knew that racism was hot if they designed it to sell. We buy up every single box and divide us ourselves.
He sees that racism was hot, so now they've basically made a market out of it, which would mean that, Tom, I knew you didn't believe this shit, which would mean that racism is still an active use of the system, right? They're still playing into the race issues. Historically, the race issues have been where there's like white supremacy, and black people have had a more difficult time in this country as a whole. If they're still playing into that and actually capitalizing and marginalizing it itself, that would also mean that the system is not screwing everybody equally, Tom.
Fake woke, fakes don't care about feelings. They know they won't tell me what to believe in. They so fake woke.
You know, after they fucking banned Trump on Twitter and everything, I seen Tom Macdonald like, oh my god, all the music I've written in the past few months is gonna get me fucking banned. It's gonna get me the bullshit. Bullshit. They have 1 million views in a day. Oh god, they're gonna get me. Fake woke, right? Fake fucking woke. Do you hear everything that he's talking about is these topics to make him come off as like he's the one that has all the answers? Don't you see what they're doing to us? You're fake fucking woke, man.
To get peace and wonder why it isn't working. That's like sleeping with a football team to try and be a virgin. Politicians are for sale and someone always makes the purchase, but you and I cannot afford it. Our democracy is...
There's a few, now I will say this, to be fair, there's a few points in here, like they use violence to get peace and wonder why it isn't working. I get it. The hate speech, no, there's just speech that you hate. I get it. Like there are one-liners in here that I can appreciate, but the facts that he tries to provide is just like fucking bullshit.
If a man has mental illness, call him crazy, say it silently. When country's going crazy, we accept it as society. Get sick and take a pill when the side effects get you.
A man goes crazy. What was it?
Say it silently. When country's going crazy.
They say it silently. When a country goes crazy, they accept it as society. Well, that's because maybe if the majority of people are going crazy, it also becomes the voice of the majority of the people, right? What are they supposed to do? It becomes fact now. Like if people start doing things that they never did before, and it's happening all the time to where now it's common practice, that is now a part of your society. Like it's, even if you do it or not do it or whatever, believe in it or don't believe in it, it is part of your society because that's what the people are doing now.
We accept it. If a man has mental illness, call him crazy, say it silently. When country's going crazy, we accept it as society. Get sick and take a pill when the side effects get you high. You get addicted like these rappers dying, fighting with sobriety. Censoring the facts turns our children into idiots. They claim it's for our safety. I'll tell you what it really is. We're moving.
See, and for people, the people that say like, oh, like he's not pretending that he knows all the answers. He says it right there. Let's bring it back.
When the side effects get you high, you get addicted like these rappers dying, fighting with sobriety. Censoring the facts turns our children into idiots.
Censoring the facts turns our children into idiots.
It's for our safety. I'll tell you what it really is.
They'll tell you it's for our safety. I'll tell you what it really is. This is him being woke and explaining what's really going on behind the scenes, right?
The facts turns our children into idiots. They claim it's for our safety. I'll tell you what it really is. Removing information that empowers all the citizens. The truth doesn't damage points of view that are legitimate. They're trying to change.
The truth doesn't damage points of view that are legitimate. He just got done saying that when the world goes crazy, we call it a society. The truth doesn't damage points of views that are legitimate. So you saying that doesn't damage the fact that it's society, because it is society, right? Like, it's legitimately what the people are doing at whatever time with whatever thing it is that you're not really talking about, except for mental illness, I guess. Also, he's saying they're hiding the facts and they're doing this and they're doing that. Tom, you've been saying these things out loud from a mountaintop, song after song after song after song after song. Other reactors say it. Oh, this sounds like every other Tom Macdonald song. He's been talking about this. They say it in nicer ways, but the fact is that you've recycled this same fucking subject forever. You're getting bigger. You're charting more. You're getting more views. You're selling the fear of censorship to grow. You're profiting off of and marketing fear. And you're proving yourself wrong. Like, not yourself, but the words in the songs wrong. You're getting bigger. You're getting heard more. This whole thing is just a contradiction of itself.
Men to amen and women, how we let them make praying a microaggression. Instead of asking God for the strength to keep winning, we cheat to get ahead and then we ask him for forgiveness. Feminism used to be the most righteous of fights, but these days it feels like they secretly hate guys. I don't trust anyone who bleeds for a week and don't die. I'm just kidding, but everything else that I said is right. They so fake woke, facts don't care about feelings. They know they won't tell me what to believe in. They so fake woke, same old safe zones. They so fake woke, facts don't care about your feelings.
That's the thing too, is I've seen a lot of people that make fun of safe spaces are people on the internet that use algorithms and use the internet as their place to say what they want to say, and then when it gets taken away from them, like, oh man, they're silencing us, they're invading our safe space. It's like, no, the internet. Oh god, unbelievable. Yeah, if I could take a page out of Anthony Fantano's book, this song is not good. Not good. I don't like it. It's too bad. I think it's actually one of the better deliveries and rhyming and hooks even. Not that I loved it, but it was better. Production's good on it. Yeah, it's not good. It's just so full of bullshit. It's if the message was even semi-accurate or semi-realistic, I could get into it. A couple good lines here, like I said. There's a difference between hate speech and speech that you hate. You're right. So here's what I'm going to say. I hated this speech. That speech is one I hated. That's going to do it for me. You guys can go crazy in the comment section all you want. Not a fan. I'm kind of over the whole Tom Macdonald thing. He has yet to show me any evolution of himself. I've been listening to him now for 2 years. I liked him better when he was doing like spoken word. Right now he's on this, oh man, they're going to get us all. Right now he's kind of on this whole like, can you believe what they're doing? This is wrong. They're treating us like this, and we as a people are like that. I don't feel bad for you, Tom. I don't feel bad for you, okay? I think you're uninformed. I think you're tone deaf. I think you're ignorant. I think you're really uneducated when it comes to certain things. And then you try to speak truth into existence about your own personal opinions that are just misguided, and I'm not into it. I don't like it. I'm kind of over it. This bullshit is bullshit. I'm not doing this. All right, that's gonna do it for me, everyone. Be safe, pursue your own happiness, stay healthy, and I'll catch you on the next one.